Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another ranking video. This time I'm going to take a look at the Squeeze singles from 1977 whenever they released their first EP up until 1996, the last single from the Ridiculous album, and I'll put them in my order of preference. There's 36 of them in all. I know they have had singles since that. They did a single for Charlton Athletic Football Club, which I know nothing about. I never heard it, and I'm not a Charlton fan, so I don't really want to either. If they did an Arsenal one, yeah, I'd go for that. But no, and since they reformed again around 2010, they started playing live, I believe, again, and then they've released 2 albums since. I don't know whether songs have been released as singles or they're just downloads. But there's 36 singles in all, as a brave few to get through. I show the 7-inch where I've got it. I actually do have most of the 7-inch singles, and if not, I'll show a CD single. Okay, we'll start off with number 36, and my least favourite is this one here, and I can never remember the name of it. It's 8535937. I think it's the 4th single from their 87 album Babylon and On, and frankly it's not very good. It's just an attempt at a catchy song, and to me it bombs. Number 35, and it's from the same album, and it's actually not bad. It's Footprints. I played this earlier on this morning, but it's very dated, so it is. That whole album is actually very dated. It was seen as a return to form whenever they reformed after they had split in at the end of '82. They split, differed until Rook did a solo, well, no, a duo album, and then it fell apart and they came back and they reformed with Jools Holland. But this is from their 2nd album after they reformed. It's okay, it's not great. So that's Footprints at 34. At 33, and surprise surprise, it's from the same album again, and this is Trust Me to Open My Mouth. Again, I think it's dated and it's not a great song either, so it gets number 33. Sorry, that was 34. This is 33. So we've had 3 already from 36. We've had 36, 35 and 34. This is 33, and this is the first single from the Play album in 1991. I don't really like this. I just think it's forced. It's an attempt to have a sort of sing-along song, almost gospel-y at the end. It just doesn't work. It's a little bit like a song from A Cradle to the Grave for me. It's just a little bit too forced. The B-side of this, however, is Maidstone, and it's absolutely fantastic. Should have been flipped. Number 32 from 1985, and it is their comeback single, and it's The Last Time Forever. I like this more than I did then. I never really liked it at all. The piano in this is really good. It's got Jools Holland back, but the melody I think is strained, and I just don't think it's quite up to the melodic Squeeze standard. So that there is number 32, Last Time Forever. Number 31, and from the same album, Cozy Fan Tutti Frutti, we have Jools Holland on lead with Heartbreaking World. Again, it's a little bit dated, but it's not a bad song. But is it good enough to be a Squeeze single? I don't think so. So that's my number 31. And number 30 is the 2nd single from Play, and that's Satisfied. There was better songs to release off to release off Play. I thought this was it's a weird choice. It's an okay song, but it's not a great single. So that's my number 30. Now 29 will have to go into the CDs, and I will go with Electric Trains, which is the 2nd single from the Ridiculous album. It's not a bad song, but it's very, very polished for me. It's almost too polished. Again, I think there were better songs that could have been released off Ridiculous, but still, it's not bad. Electric Trains is my number 29. There. Number 28, and the 2nd single from Sweets from a Stranger, and this is When the Hangover Strikes. This is a good song, but it's a terrible single. You know, I don't know what they were thinking of. Were they trying not to have a hit? Because there was no way this was going to chart. Again, I do like it, but as a single it's not great. It's so slow, and it's really a Sunday morning with a hangover. Whenever you play this, is miserable, and it feels miserable, but again it's not bad. But that's my number 28. Number 27, and the second single from their debut album, is Bang Bang, and this is Over in a Sneeze. I think this lasts less than 2 minutes. It's not bad, it's good, it's fun, but it's a bit of a throwaway. I would have liked them to have actually tried to extend this for the single release, but obviously not. All Fed Up, the B-sides, a better song actually, which wasn't on any of the albums. So that's my number 27. Number 26, and I do like this, and this is Christmas Day, with the excellent B-side Going Crazy. Yeah, this failed to chart, and I can understand, because although it's a Christmas song, it's got a lovely Christmas sleeve, it just doesn't sound like Christmas, and it does sound a little bit laboured, but there's something about this song I really do like. It hasn't gone down well in history. It never really gets on any of the Christmas compilations. I have seen it on one many years ago on a CD that my brother had, and I couldn't believe it was on it. But yeah, I do like it, and I will play this at Christmas, but it doesn't sound too Christmassy, and I think that is the formula you need if you're going to have a Christmas hit. This was released at Christmas 1979. Okay, number 25, and I'm going to go for their EP with the lead off track, Cat on the Wall. This is called the Packet of Three EP. This is one of the songs that it chugs along nicely, really good verses, but the choruses tend to let it down a little bit. It's not bad. The other two songs off this are Backtrack and Night Ride, and they're not great either. They hadn't found their sound. It was very punk influenced. It's okay. And this was released in 77. It was reissued in 79 under a different sleeve, but I've never seen it. And this is the original. And I've had this in the collection for quite a while. So not from 77, no, I got this around the late 80s, early 90s, from one of those magazines. I saw it in the Classifieds. So that's my number 25. 24, and another single from Babylon and On, and this is actually quite good, and this is The Waiting Game. This actually works better live. It's a slowed down version. It's not quite as dated as the other songs, and it's actually quite a good song. Yeah, so 20, what did I say? Yeah, 24, The Waiting Game. Yeah, I do quite like this. Number 23, and the second single from the very good Frank album, and this is Love Circles, and this is a Chris Difford led vocal. It's a good strong squeeze song. Would I have had it as a second single? I probably would have, yes, although it's not my favourite song on the album. It's not my second favourite song off the album, but yeah, it's good, and the B-side Red Light on this is good as well. Number 22, and we have the last single from 82 before they split, Annie Get Your Gun, and this was recorded to include on the singles 45s and Unders. Good song. I remember watching a concert on TV from, I can't remember where it was, but they actually introduced this as written last week, recorded yesterday, performed today, something like that. Yeah, it's a good song, but it's not one of the Squeeze's best singles. And number 21, and the fourth single from the Cool for Cats album in 79, I'm going to go for Slab and Tickle. This reminds me a lot of Take Me I'm Yours. I think they're two very similar songs. Again, it's good. They played this live the last time I saw them, and it was one of the highlights, but it's never been one of my favourite singles of theirs. So Slap and Tickle is number 21. Number 20, and the second single, I believe, no, third single, sorry, from Ridiculous, and this is Heaven Knows, and this was a minor hit for them. On the LP you have a spoken verse by Chris Difford, and I always thought a song would be far better if you had taken that out, and they did, and they released it as a single, and I changed my mind because I think the song's better with a spoken vocal in by Chris. But yeah, this is a good CD, and it came with this box here, which is called Special Collector's Box, live at the Royal Albert Hall. to collect the the two other CD singles to put in. I never got them. I just got the one. So that is my number, where are we? Number 20. Number 19, and the fourth single, I think, from Some Fantastic Place, and this is It's Over. Again, a very catchy song. We're getting into the really good Squeeze songs now. There's all of these I actually do really like. There's no duffs at all, and it's difficult actually to rank, especially from now to about number 12. It's hard to rank. So from now to number 12 could go really in any order. This is a good song. Fourth single. Did it need to be a single? I don't know. Taking 4 singles from a Squeeze album in the 90s is stretching it a bit, you know, if they're looking for a hit. But I'm glad they did. So that's It's Over, and that's number 19. Number 18 from the same album, and vocals by Paul Carraig, and that's Loving You Tonight. A really good song, and it's very reminiscent of another one coming up very soon. If you played both back to back, you would think they were almost the same song. But yeah, I really do like this, and that's Loving You Tonight from Some Fantastic Place. And that song at number 17 is Tempted. There's not a lot of difference. They're the same sort of style, and for some reason Paul Carraig's vocals always tend to make every song sound the same. But Tempted, this was the big one in America. It didn't do too well over here. Yap Yap Yap's the B-side, which is a good wee rocking number, but is it good enough to be on East Side Story? I don't think so. Okay, number 16, and from 1985, although it may have been released in 86, and that is King George Street. It's from the Cozy Fan Tutti Frutti album, and this is the most Squeeze-like song from that album. It was produced by Laurie Latham, and that almost turned into a Paul Young album. It does sound like a Paul Young album. When I bought it, I thought, my God, this is Paul Young. But the album itself, although dated, has sort of come full circle because I really do enjoy it. I know a couple of singles I have put really low down, but this is excellent, King George Street, and I know now live they do like almost a country version of this, which really works as well, but I still love this original version. Okay, so number 15, and it was a return to form hit-wise with Hourglass. This is the lead off from Babylon and On, and it's the second best song off that album. The first is called Striking Matches, which was never a single, which was Chris Difford singing, but yeah, this is good. When I saw them in concert a couple of years ago, this is the one they opened up with, and it worked really, really well. Yeah, I do like this. This is a good song. There's no denying it. So that is number 15, Hourglass. Number 14, and it's the lead-off single from Frank, and that's If It's Love. Just get this right. If It's Love. This has got a great guitar throughout the whole of this song, and this is what I mean about trying to create a catchy song with almost like a sing-along chorus, almost gospel-y. This one works. Sunday Street to me doesn't, and this is a really, really good song from a really, really good album. So this is my number, I'm looking down here, 14. Number 13, and the lead off from Some Fantastic Place. This is Third Rail. This is a great wee rocker, a really, really good song. This is whenever I used to make Squeeze mixtapes, I always put this as the opener because I think this is a fantastic opener. Although it doesn't open the album, it's about the third song in, I think. Yeah, fantastic song. Third Rail, great. And I think it was a very minor hit for them around 1993. Number 12, and we have their first hit, Take Me I'm Yours, from their debut album. I said earlier this sounds a little bit like Slab and Tickle, but this is slightly better. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a bit weird for 1978 as well. It's very sort of almost computery, keyboardy heavy, but it works really well, and I like the fact that it's both Glenn and Chris singing together. So that's my number 12. Number 11, and from Cozy Fan Tutti Frutti, and this is No Place Like Home, and this should have been the first single. This is brilliant. This is an absolutely brilliant song. Again, it does sound like a Laurie Latham production, because it is. but there's something about this. This is almost put the hairs on your arms whenever you play this. I really love this song, No Place Like Home, and that's my number 11. Number 10, and another one I absolutely adore, and this is This Summer. It's the lead off one from Ridiculous. It was released as 2 singles. Fantastic song. It was then reissued a year later and remixed, but I can't tell the difference. I really can't. The good thing about all these 90s Squeeze singles is that they contain some really excellent B-sides, and you know, so you were buying, if you bought these 2 for example, and this, there's taking away This Summer, you have 7 non-album songs on these 3 CD singles. But the downside of it is CD singles weren't cheap back then. I think they were something like $3.99 a pop, which is obviously a heck of a lot more money now. But yeah, it's good to have these because a lot of these songs never seen the light of day again. So that's my number 10. Number 9, and the second single from Some Fantastic Place, and that's the title track. This is just a really strong song with an excellent guitar solo at the end, which whenever I saw Squeeze in around 1985, I was blown away by Glenn Tilbrook's guitar playing. It's really, really good, and this is just a wonderful track, Some Fantastic Place. Okay, number 9, and I'm going to put, some people might have this at number 1, but I'm going to put up the Junction. Yeah, I do like it, I really, really do like it, but it's still not my favourite from the Cool for Cats. It's a classic, got to number 2 in the charts, but there's 7 more that are better. And one of those at number 6, or number 7, sorry, is the title track itself, Cool for Cats. There's something about this, something about the video. This is such a fun song. Okay, there's a few dodgy lyrics in there, which you might not get away with these days, but it got passed in 1979, and this again got to number 2. And whenever Squeeze play live, you know, I think the whole crowd are just waiting for Chris to stand up to the microphone and belt this one out. Okay, number 6, and the single from, I think this is the lead off from East Side Story, is That Love. This is just a really strong Squeeze song. It's just perfectly written. The timing, the length and time is perfect. This is just excellent, and this opens up the East Side Story album. Number 5, also from East Side Story, is Labelled With Love. Now this came in a picture sleeve in the UK, but it was withdrawn very quickly. It had that sort of blackmail lettering. However, I did manage to get a Dutch copy of a different picture sleeve for it, which is this, and it's great. And on the B side is Squabs on 45, which I will admit is one of the things that put me on to Squeeze, because I love this song. I hadn't any Squeeze records, so I didn't buy Argy Bargy Cool for Cats at the time. I played this and I recognised, it's like a Stars on 45, it's called Squabs on 45, and I recognised so many of the songs that I went out and started buying their LPs. So this is Labelled With Love, and that's my number 5. Number 4, and we have Black Coffee in Bed from Sweets from a Stranger in 1982. Awesome song. I bought this when it came out. I've played this to death. This is just such a brilliant song, and the Hunt, the B-side, is actually quite good too. So Black Coffee in Bed is my number 3. It's not my number 3, it's my number 4, and my number 3 is my favourite single from Cool for Cats, and that's Goodbye Girl. This was the first one to be featured, I think, long before the album came out. I think this actually was released in 1978. But yeah, this is the best song they ever play live, and it's the one that you will sing along to. The single version is slightly different to the LP version. I'm more familiar with the LP version because, as I say, I got into Squeeze late and I had the Cool for Cats album before I got this single, and also before, you know, their greatest hits came out. So absolutely wonderful song, and it is always a highlight of their live shows. which gives the top two, and they're both from the same album. And my number two, I'm going to go with Pulling Muscles from a Shell, and this is just perfection. This opens up the Argy Bargy album, which is one of my go-to albums. I showed that in the Steve Carson video. It's just a perfect song, perfect pop new wave song, and also perfect pop new wave song with an extra brilliant guitar in the middle, and my favourite Squeeze single. And this is another nail in my heart, and this to me is the song that I bet Paul McCartney wishes he had written. It is so McCartney-esque, but it is so good. This is such a fantastic song. I love it. The melodies in this are just unbelievable. So that's my Squeeze ranking of the 36 singles. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. Okay, now, all the best. Bye bye.